Hi everybody, my name is Santos Deck and I'm here to bring you guys another Starcraft commentary. This matchup is between STX Souls Bogus versus Woongjin Stars Really. Woongjin Stars finally won one game against STX Souls 3. And now this map is going to be Circuit Breaker. This map is interesting in that the middle is very open. So in this TVT matchup, it's going to rely a lot on position. As well, the natural expansion is very defensive. However, all the other expansions can be harassed very easily with siege tanks or vultures and very accessible to your opponent. Here in the 2 o'clock position is the teal Terran, Really, and at the 4 o'clock position is the yellow Terran, Bogus. I have been seeing a lot of Wraith play when it comes to TVT, so you could probably expect Wraith play from both players, and I assume the Wraith play is really good for scouting in terms of positioning, giving sight for your siege tanks, and as well as harassing your opponent's mineral line. If you guys don't know, the siege tanks actually have a longer range than their sight, so if you do provide that extra sight for your siege tanks, they can hit a little bit further than what they can actually see. Both players going very standard with the depot right beside their command center, and then putting down the barracks roughly the same time as the refinery. So definitely going to be pretty standard. And for Really, he actually put his barracks closer to the side of his base, so once that's finished, he'll be able to lift it off and send it elsewhere to provide scouting information. And we see Bogus here putting 3 SEVs onto that gas, and Really is going to send out a SEV scout to the 11 o'clock position, but he's not going to be able to find anything there. As this matchup between STX Soul versus Woongjin Stars is coming to an end, I would like to ask everybody to give me suggestions or some comments on the games that you would like me to cast in the future. If you guys have any suggestions or comments, please leave them on my YouTube channel or as comments on this video. And that Korean guy just laughing at the camera. I think yes, both players going very standard with that factory, and Really is being scouted by Bogus, and I do not think that Really actually knows where Bogus is at the moment. There is a Marine out for Bogus, just to ward off whatever's gonna head their way. We have Really putting down an expansion, as well as Bogus. Bogus has his first vulture out, and he's probably going to try and do some harassment with that. Instead they're just going to opt to prevent the SCV scout of Really to get up that ramp. And both players floating their barracks towards one another. We only see interesting. We only see one SCV on gas for Really, so he's not really going for that factory heavy play, which is very interesting. Maybe he wants the extra minerals to go for another fast expand. That is quite viable, giving Really that economic advantage. So both players being able to scout each other's expansion, and we have some skirmish here with the vultures, and Bogus able to just pick off those 2 vultures and be able to harass some more now on the SCVs of Really, and really needs to be careful with that SEV micro, because wow, look at that, Bogus is picking off a lot of SEVs, and he will be so economically behind and not even allowing that command center to finish. But wow, just brilliant play there from really. He landed his barracks in the mineral line of Bogus's natural expansion, just to deter, or just to make the SUV just go that extra distance. And Bogus doing extremely good micro, saving all his vultures and be able to pick off another one. Oh, and another SEV. Wow, this really is actually very behind at the moment. And this, I would give the advantage to Bogus at the moment, because he's been doing such good harass right now. And oh wow, look at that, really has no answer to this, because he's behind in terms of economy, he's behind in terms of units. I don't see how he can come back with it unless he goes for that siege tank right now, or at least pull off something miraculous, because look at that, there's no SEV in Really's expansion, there's nothing mining there, whereas Bogus has all his SEVs mining and pretty much saturated. Yes, Really is forced to lift up his expansion command center, and he needs to pump out that that tank, as well as that siege tank tech. But I think what really cost him this game was the fact that he neglected to put those 3 SCVs on gas so that he can get that crucial tank out. But look at that massive ball of vultures right now for Bogus, and Bogus should really focus on that tank, but because he has so many vultures, it doesn't really matter right now. Wow, this is just such good play from Bogus, and yes, he's able to pick off that tank. And now, oh wow, really knew that he was going to lose, and GG's. Wow, that was a very quick game. So looking at the game, I think it was very detrimental for Really to not put the 3 SCVs on gas, and that really cost him the game. And you can't take away from Bogus's brilliant play, doing such amazing harassments with his vultures, and making every single hit count. So yes, this is the end of this matchup between STX Seoul versus Woongjin Stars. STX Seoul 4 up versus Woongjin Stars 1 win. So again, if you guys have any suggestions or recommended videos that you want me to commentate, please leave a comment below, and I'll see you guys next time.